Years ago, three psychotic strangers came into the spotlight by destroying a young couple. Now, they're back to prey again. And I don't mean in church. The Strangers, Prey at Night, is the sequel to the, I believe, late 90s, early 2000s slasher flick, The Strangers, which was a pretty decent film. It didn't break new ground, but it was entertaining, shocking. Honestly, I thought it was a little more Texas Chainsaw than the first Texas Chainsaw remake. Except it didn't have chainsaws. It was just very visceral. Now this sequel, it also does not break new ground, but it does continue the story, and bottom line, it was entertaining. The family was pretty decent, a little Lifetime movie-ish, but not bad. Christina Hendricks as the mom, and the little girl from that one episode of House, the one who had a stroke, the girl's character, not the actual girl. They were good, and the two guys playing the husband and son, also good. But who really sold the film for me were the actual strangers. Sackhead, Dolly, Pinup. They were awesome. They were slow and methodical. They knew what they were doing. They knew they could get the victims at any point, so they didn't rush. And the way they acted made you feel like you were watching a classic supernatural monster from the 80s. I mean, these guys could stand alongside Leatherface, Pinhead, Chucky, Freddy, Jason, Michael. These guys definitely deserve their place in slasher history. The atmosphere of the film was very well done. It was basically a trailer park that was more of a campground. Basically, it was a campground trailer park. But the mere presence of the strangers made it feel almost like it was haunted, like it was evil somehow. And the shadows and fog in that place, it made you feel like a prey animal being stalked by a pack of wolves, basically. The effects were all practical. I didn't see any CG. There was some vehicle stunt work, and you could just feel every time something crashed into something else, and every time a character got hurt, you could just feel it. This was classic Slasher 101. Some would probably call it a little paint by numbers, but honestly, I liked the fact that it was by the book. And while it does entertain at face value for people new to the slasher genre, although not many are, classic fans like myself would probably enjoy, like I did, spotting the trope. The slashers did what slashers do, the victims did what victims do, and they even threw in a movie reference right at the end. I guess two if you count the very end, but I don't want to spoil it. You'll recognize them if you see them and you're a classic slasher fan. Honestly, this sequel is on par with the original. And despite some of the things we saw at the end, I don't think this is quite the end for Dolly, Sackhead, and Pinup. The strangers will live forever. This is Mr. J, reminding you, never ask why are you doing this, because you know you're going to not want the answer. Not really.